Fortnite Chapter 7 is in serious trouble, and its storyline is keep getting darker. From the 0-point shard and the battle bus coming back after 4 days, to our newest villain, the Dark Voyager, also known as the Traveler, and with so many secrets. But first, let's rewind to Chapter 6, the Simpsons cameo, and the 0-hour event that set it all up. You see, it all started last year when a 0-point shard fell onto the Chapter 6 map, and that was when the storyline kicked off. Homer got his hands on it and completely tore up Springfield, causing giant donuts raining from the sky. And in Fortnite's recent Simpsons short, Hope asks Homer to help us fight against Demon Master to resolve everything, where we saw Dark Presence. Mega Team Leader saved us all. He actually came here and kicked the red cube, and Dark Presence was also blown. It was crazy. Over here as well we saw the 0-point shard restoring the entire Chapter 6 map, which here we saw the Dark Voyager's cube cradle destroying the battle bus, which now in game we can see it over here. And as days go by, the cube cradle is gonna be approaching to the island. Wanna have the rarest Fortnite skins and V-Bucks all delivered securely within 24 hours? Then check out Z2U, a platform trusted by thousands of satisfied customers. Use the link in the description or pinned comment to also get exclusive access for double scores and reduced commissions. But we don't know what's gonna happen. It may either attack on us, we're gonna see about that. And by the way, this is also part of the last reality. I'm assuming this is also going to be leading us to have a chapter finale event, and this time to fight against the last reality, and most likely the alien ships. And speaking of alien ships, if you didn't know, if you head over to the classified canyon location and right over here on the map, you're going to be seeing this enormous place underground. So if you come over here and press the red button and wait a few seconds, you're going to be seeing here an alien UFO from Chapter 2, Season 7. And if you look up, you'll see Pilly, Jonesy, and a Sloan. I'm assuming a Sloan isn't dead. And this is all lining up for us to potentially collaborate with a Sloan, because she was a villain. And this is clearly a sign that the IO is also coming back, because we know the IO and the last reality are actually enemies. So just imagine if the last reality and IO will invade the Chapter 7 map. And for the fact that in the classified canyon POI we saw Jonesy, Pilly, and Sloan, this is clearly a sign that the aliens are about to attack on us. And while I know that Sloan is obviously an enemy to us because she's the owner of IO, but I'm sure she's coming back, and also she's gonna be teaming up with us to fight against the aliens, the last reality, and the Dark Voyager. So with that, we will have protected the Chapter 7 map. And you know, there's also something interesting about the classified canyon POI. You see, this is a triangle symbol, right? And this is where if you go down there underground, you're gonna see the stuff that we covered earlier. So what if I told you that right now, if we bring the last reality's logo over here and place it right there, you can see that this logo literally matches to the triangle shape of the POI, and as it does the middle. That is insane. So this is clearly a confirmation that the last reality is officially coming back. For now, we only saw the Dark Voyager's cube cradle that is approaching to the map day by day. That's literally it. But that is only just a small part, because the last reality is massive. So there's clearly a war coming soon, like a live event I should say, of us fighting against the last reality to end this for good. Alright, now we talked about the last reality. We also know who Dark Voyager is. He's actually the same character as the one we had back in the battle pass of Chapter 1 Season 3. And other than that, this is also one of his edit styles where we can see his skull hat. It is crazy, and I really love the fact how Fortnite does this. They just keep trying to make secrets to create anticipation and curiosity. It is sick. So now let's talk about what's really going on with the 0-point shard, because as we broke down at the beginning of this video, we first saw that falling onto the Chapter 6 map, and then we also broke down the Simpsons season, how it all happened, and then how we led to the 0-hour event. Because once we defeated the Dark Presence, the 0-point shard appeared, and that restored the entire Chapter 6 map. But what if I told you that this is not over yet? Fortnite's storyline has started all over again. You see, if you head over to the InnoLoop Labs POI, you're gonna see the 0-point shard, which as mentioned by Echo, the storyline's goal is to first off rebuild the bridge / the vault as shared by Echo, and according to leaks, the Nexus is supposed to be fully rebuilt, technically the 0-point. But I wonder how are we gonna be rebuilding the entire 0-point where we only have a small piece, a 0-point shard? Maybe we have to collect some parts. We're gonna find that out in the coming days and weeks ahead, because right now it's still too early. Now for the fact that it's just gonna to be happening, this would mean that we are now officially back in reality 0. And I also love the fact how Fortnite always sticks to the 0 point. Like since chapter 1, we always knew that the storyline was all connected to the 0 point. It was then exploded, we saw 0 point shards filling onto the chapter 6 map, and I also love the fact how they kept it up going with a collaboration with Simpsons. Homer used it, but it caused an accident, then it led to the 0 hour live event, and now we are in chapter 7 and we are now going to be seeing the 0 point to be entirely rebuilt. Alright, now we broke down the 0 point shard, how it's going to be keeping up with the entire season, and we also broke down the goal. But there's actually something way more important that we haven't talked about, and that is the return of the 7. You see, when chapter 7 came out, we saw a meteor right there floating over here, and they have left a dialogue.
Mission log. I was scanning the aftermath of the battle for Reality 783 when I picked up a distress signal sent by Agent Jones. It's been a while. He and I have a lot to catch up on. Whatever's going on, odds are the 0 point is involved. Initial scans show this place has an intense concentration of 0 point energies. I'll need more info to make a complete assessment.
And as you all have heard the voice, that is actually the voice of the Order, who's a member of the 7. But the question is, where are the rest of the members? For example, the Foundation, where is he? Which, as shared by the leakers, the Foundation's 7 canon is currently in the works, which is unfinished. So this is technically means that the Foundation isn't coming back anytime soon until his weapon will be fully finished. We might as well be seeing some quests in the coming weeks ahead, teasing the return of the Foundation, maybe as well hearing some dialogues. So of course we're gonna break these down in the coming videos ahead. And speaking of the Order's dialogue, there's also one over here as you can see on the map. And I also love the fact they're doing this because with that they are keeping their community to stay engaged.
Mission log. Someone else is making a play for the shards, and I need to find out why. I could really use some help here. For the 7, we are what we used to be. I miss my sister most of all. Okay, time to lock in on the mission. I'll scout the area and see what I'm up against.
Now unfortunately, not all of the 7 members are alive. You see, back in chapter 3 season 4, we clearly saw the scientist, the Origin, and as well as the visitor all getting chromed by the Chrome Queen. So we're not sure whether they're gone for good or not, but there's a reason why Fortnite kept teasing the word 7. So this means that they all are technically alive, but we don't know how. And that is what is making me to feel so much excited about. Because we all remember that last time, only the Paradigm Reality-659 survived. She went underwater to make her way over at the 0 point, in which we saw here the Chrome Queen known as the Herald. Now the last time we saw her was over here where we saw she was entirely chromed. But what if I told you that she could be alive? You see, in the Innerloop Labs POI, if you come over here, there's a painting of the Herald. So could that be maybe a teaser for her return, or she's really gone? But I don't think Fortnite would do something like this. When someone is fully gone, they're not coming back, they put their face on a painting. So do you think she's coming back? Let me know in the comments. And now I want to break down the villain of chapter 7. Now we don't only have one villain, we actually have a few. We're talking the aliens, a Sloan. Now a Sloan is likely coming back, but we don't know if we're gonna be fighting against her or she's gonna be teaming up with us to fight against the last reality, because the last reality is our main villain for chapter 7 and it is about to be insane. We have as well Dark Voyager, who's also our newest villain of Fortnite, who also owns the Cube Cradle. And now I'm not talking about the actual Cube Cradle that is huge and that is like the king, I should say, of all of the UFOs that we've seen before. This is only just like a small spaceship that belongs to Dark Voyager, that only bears some similarity to the actual Cube Cradle, but which is only likely because of his high rank. Because the thing is that if we compare in between Dark Voyager's Cube Cradle and the one on the right side, there's a huge difference in terms of sizes. So you can tell that this is not the actual Cube Cradle, it is only just like a small one for Dark Voyager. But at the end of the day, this is a villain, because in the trailer we saw Dark Voyager's Cube Cradle destroying the battle bus. So I came across this post saying, fun fact, the Dark Voyager Cube Cradle has an animation that moves up and down and slightly side to side. Unfortunately, I don't know if this is a looped animation or if it's actually moving in real time. Now, for my opinion, I do believe this is a looped animation because the thing is that it has like multiple stages. Like as days go by, we will be seeing the cube cradle approaching to the chapter 7 map. And I also came across this funny post. So on December 1, someone had posted this. The difference between the mini cube cradle and the big one is insane. We can see like there are like so many details to attention, and the one on the right side is the actual cube cradle, which is huge. And comparing this huge cube cradle to the chapter 7 map, that map is literally nothing. Just remember that diamond is a super weapon. We are so royally effed if the cube's cradle shows up, and of course, and it is definitely gonna be showing up. Upon checking the stuff we did investigated throughout this video, it is all making sense. And again, as we heard the Order's dialogue, it's clear that her sister is missing. So her sister is either gone for good or is just simply missing, which I'm assuming this is most likely the case. Maybe we're gonna be trying to rescue the remaining 7 members, such as the scientist, the visitor, and for all of those who were chromed and were gone. And I'm assuming this is how it's gonna be all done. With that said, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and just please remember this is only just the beginning. If you want to see more Fortnite videos like this, then you know what to do. Comment down below everyone your thoughts about the storyline, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.